Plaintiff George Conway is suing the defendant for credit card fraud. George claims the defendant used her credit card at his bar more than 45 times to get large amounts of cash, and then reported to the credit card company that she was a victim of identity theft. Defendant Christina Sheehan insists she is a victim of credit card fraud and that the manager at George's bar altered her credit card receipts, and she's done nothing wrong.
All right, the plaintiff is suing the defendant for credit card fraud. George, state your case.
Your Honor, I own a small restaurant lounge in Springfield, Oregon. We have a full bar there and also have Oregon Video Lottery, which is state-sponsored gambling. In May of 2009, Christina and her boyfriend Tommy came into our establishment and they wanted to use a credit card and said that they did not have a PIN number that they could use to get money from the ATM machine. They asked the bartender if they would be able to swipe this credit card on one of our Visa machines and get cash money back.
Okay.
In other words, like doing a sale, but instead of having it be a large sale, having it be a small sale with a large tip on the bottom and have that tip be money that went back to them.
No, that is incorrect. That's not the case.
What happened?
This is something that an ex-employee of his had done for me. I didn't have any idea about it until then. They just said, "Oh, I'll just go ahead and, put it on there as a tip as long as it goes through."
Give me an idea.
Like $40. I'll just put a $40 tip, and then I would tip her like $10 out of that for doing it for me or whatever, and then I would have $30 to spend while I was there or what have you.
Okay, so then you're able to get cash out of a credit card without a PIN number.
I was able to, yes.
Okay. All right. And in order to do that, the person who swiped the card had to be aware of the fact that cash had to come out and go to both you and her.
Right. They were doing me a favor since I didn't have a PIN, and they knew they were going to get a big tip. In fact, the bartender that is present today, Josh, he got substantial tips and isolated it, so he was the only one who was able to do this after I have had every bartender and his approval to do it. So,
whose approval?
George's. He called him on the phone, and then the next time I saw him, we also all three talked about whether or not it was okay, but only for Josh to do it, not anybody else.
All right, go ahead.
In June 2009, we started getting chargebacks because of this. And a chargeback letter was specifically from a credit card company saying that there was a problem with this transaction and the money was coming back. I have signed credit card statements from her that show in her handwriting the amount of the sale, the amount of the tip, and her signature on them.
Let me see it. So the plaintiff is saying that he's got your signature on these credit cards with minimal purchases and huge tips. Is that correct?
Yes, the tip would appear much larger than the actual purchase because of the cash back.
$1.50 and then a $375 tip?
Yeah, see, that's way more than I put my signature on. It was probably 30 or 40,
That's in her handwriting, Your Honor.
A $200 tip?
Your Honor, that's all in her handwriting.
$4, a $400 tip? $4, a $400 tip?
See, I more than likely those were 40, and then there's an added zero there.
I want you to show this to the defendant, and I want you to look at those tips. Are you saying that you did not add those amounts, 400, 400? Because those are your signatures, right, Christina?
No, that's not my signature.
I have copies of her signature. She did apply for a job at one time, Your Honor.
Oh, she did.
And when she did, she filled out a W-4 and she filled out a 9-9.
He actually hired me or told me he was hiring me, took photos of me, took a copy of my social security number, got me to sign several things, and told me that this $5,000 amount of money was enough to close his business, and that I think he was in a financial hardship and was obviously doing fraudulent things to try and recover, because $5,000 shouldn't close down a business.
What do you do for a living, Christina?
Right now, I'm a home care worker. I take care of my boyfriend, Tommy. He has kidney failure. And
is this your boyfriend?
Yes, it is.
All right. What are you here to tell me?
I was a witness to a lot of the transactions that took place, and those large amounts are definitely not what we signed it.
Tommy, have you ever been arrested for anything?
Yeah.
Don't tell him no. What is it? What'd you get arrested for, Tommy? Don't lie to me. You're in court. You've been sworn in. Look at me.
I've been arrested for, I was arrested, but I was never convicted.
Of what?
I was acquitted of
What?
check fraud.
Sit down, Tom.
I just have this sixth sense.
You're good.
Now, stand up. Who are you?
I'm Josh. I'm the bar manager, and actually I bartend shifts. And
How long have you worked for George?
I've worked for George for right about a year.
Okay. Have you seen Christina there at the bar?
Yeah, she came in for like a 30-day period and did all this damage within a 30-day period. And I was the bar manager. And at some point, you know, some of the bartenders go, well, I don't know if we have enough money to do this, so you got to defer to the manager. So I was making an executive decision at the time.
And what was your executive decision? To allow $400 tips?
At times, if we had a good business day, I would allow her to take the large sum of money because she was in turn turning around and putting it back into our business is the way that I was looking at it. She was gambling and buying
And do
food
you
with it.
approve of that, George?
I did up to the point that the credit card transactions started getting chargebacks. When I started getting the first chargeback letters and I talked to Christina, I asked her for the bank information that was the issuing credit card company. I wanted to know what the credit cards were.
I gave all that information to Josh.
That is not true.
That's not true, Your Honor.
That's another
It
lie.
is. I called you and I gave you all of that information one night when you were working.
How many times did she do this?
She did this over 45 times, Your Honor, something like 47 times did this for almost $10,000 in a 26-day period.
Absolutely not.
No?
No, no way.
many credit cards
What would
do you
make
have?
me think I could
How
overdraw?
many credit cards do you have?
I had 3 of them. And,
3?
And I believe you had one of them that was
Well,
involved in
Christina, right here, I have 8 credit cards with your name on it.
there.
8. Count them, 8. So don't give me this hog.
So the 8 credit cards or credit card numbers, because the first card has a number on it, and then when you
Yeah.
get issued one with your name on it, it's going to come with a different number.
Oh, is that right? Well,
Yes.
you're pretty familiar with this.
4 cards, and they probably each have 2 numbers.
Right.
I
You
am
think
because
I
of this
believe
case.
that? Okay. What do you think happened here?
I think that there was many hundreds of dollars extra put on before the till was closed, after everybody had left and I had gone home.
That's a
given.
bull.
That's not true, Your Honor.
I also think that maybe there was some fraudulent stuff going on, some identity theft. I don't understand why he would take photos of me.
Do you think that the plaintiff's witness here is in on some kind of a con?
Oh, I know for
That's
sure
a
that he is.
bold-faced lie.
How do you know he is?
Because
For sure.
just because he was totally willing when I was offering a larger tip, totally willing to make it happen somehow, switch the money from here to there. And he's lying about it. If he was coming forward, then I would say no, that it was all him that was doing the fraudulent.
All right,
I'm admitting to taking cash and sometimes
and offering the bartender cash to give you cash.
Yes. And I didn't know it was something you weren't supposed to do.
All right,
Criminal
if you
history
think
of any
he's
kind.
involved in a scam, why haven't you called the police on him?
I don't know exactly what's going on. I was hoping that you would be able to help us clarify it.
Why didn't you press criminal charges, George?
I thought about doing it, Your Honor, but to be honest with you, I knew that the only thing that would happen would be that she'd be arrested. She'd be probably thrown in jail for maybe a day, maybe 2. She'd get something on her record. She has 3 children, or so she says. I don't even know if I believe that.
Do you have kids?
She's not going to have the money, Your Honor.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 that are both mine, and I raise his stepson. I've been raising his stepson for the last 2.5 years. He's 4 years old.
Tommy, do you want to say anything?
All I know is that she does everything for me, and she does a really good job. And I just recently, need a kidney transplant and stuff like that. And I know that she's not doing anything fraudulent.
Sit down. The issue for the court is an interesting one. The plaintiff said that all of this happened within a 30-day period. What does that tell you? That tells you it is all within one credit card billing period, so that it would not be caught.
That's correct.
So that you do as much as you can if you're a credit card scammer.
I have the cards
But
with
don't
me.
answer me. But in addition to that, the defendant said she didn't sign any of these.
No. Only one of them.
Don't interrupt me. I have the application that you made to the plaintiff's bar. I have compared the signature on your application with the signature on these chits. They are all exactly the same. You've also said that somebody added zeros or made the tips higher than what they were. Based upon the testimony of the bartender,
There's only
as
4
what, do not
transactions.
interrupt me. Because as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to cut to the quick right now, you belong in jail. You are a scam artist. You told me you had 3 credit cards. You had at least 8 credit cards. You told me that this isn't your signature. It is your signature. You're involved with a guy who's charged with check fraud at the very least, and you are a scam artist. You're a con artist, and what you're trying to do is turn it around on him and make it look like he's a con artist. The reason he brought you in is to get your social security number, get your picture, get your signature, so he had the goods. And what does he do? He doesn't file charges against you because he knows you're judgment proof. And what he's trying to do is to get some money here. You are a con artist, you are a thief, and you belong in jail. Verdict $3,700 for the plaintiff. So ordered.